steals in the pre-qualifying campaign. Marcus Moller, the 18-year-old, is the youngest of the bunch. Sylvester Berg Pedersen is having a career year here in Denmark with Bakken Bears. Tobias Jensen, 21 years of age, a breakout campaign with Ulm in Germany. So much to be excited about as a Danish basketball fan. Down towards the end of the introductions as well, Dane Erikstrup, 22-year-old power forward who's dominating in the Belgian Dutch League this season and averaging a team second best 13.5 points and team highs of 7 rebounds, 2.3 offensive rebounds through the pre-qualifiers to get Denmark here. They're coached by Alan Foss. And everybody here in Farum will now rise for the two national anthems. The 7th-ranked nation in the world, but having placed higher than that for the majority of the last few decades, the opponent for the 60th-ranked nation and Denmark's first ever World Cup qualifier here this evening. There's history in the air for Spain tonight as well. The start of the Chus Mateo era after a decade of unparalleled success under Sergio Scariolo. A man who, through a couple of tenures on the bench, won the 2019 World Cup, 4 Eurobaskets and 2 Olympic medals. A tough act to follow. An introduction to your officiating crew for this Game Day 1 contest en route to Qatar 2027. As for Spain's team, they've got some young talents of their own, in particular Izan Almanza, the 20-year-old 2 meters 10 power forward, the MVP, as Spain won the Under-19 World Cup in 2023. He will come off the bench. Jaime Fernandez, Alberto Diaz, Dani Diaz, Santi Justa and Fran Guerra are the starters for Spain. Lots of excitement to see Izan Almanza when he finally comes onto the court. Chus Mateo, a new chapter for him after 3 years as head coach of Real Madrid in Spain, won the 2023 EuroLeague and Spanish championships the last 2 seasons. The starting 5 for Denmark. We've talked about many of those players. Tobias Jensen is really one to watch. Gustav Knudsen just 22. Jensen is 21. Dibba 23. A veteran in Zarko Jukic. And Dane Erikstrup is only 22. Coached by that man there, Alan Foss. What a job he has done with this group through the course of the pre-qualifiers. The vast majority of the team are the same. These Danish players ready to take their moment in history here tonight in front of these fans. They could hardly have asked for a more prestigious opponent. Denmark's performance in getting through the pre-qualifiers for Eurobasket meant they joined the pre-qualifiers for this World Cup at the second round back in August. They started their campaign with an 18-point win over Norway, and having not won any games in the pre-qualifiers ahead of the previous World Cup. They did lose big against Croatia, but then won by 9 in Norway and sealed this historic first ever World Cup qualifier here tonight. They then finished their pre-qualifying campaign with a very respectable 3-point defeat to Croatia, who had earlier beaten them in the reverse meeting by 29. The Danish national basketball team played at the European Championships back in 1951, 53 and 55. They've not qualified even for the continental competition since then. And in the World Cup, not only have they never qualified, but before tonight, they'd never even made it to this stage, never passed the pre-qualifiers. This year, they have achieved that and earned this historic night against 2-time world champion Spain. Their first ever World Cup qualifier comes from the town of Farum, just north of the capital Copenhagen. And these fans are ready to make the most of it. Bakary Dibba will contest the opening tip here. Currently playing in Spain with Rio Breogán. And we're underway, and Denmark have the first possession of the first game of the qualifying campaign for Qatar 2027. They don't have it for long. Diath comes away with it, the 2-time BCL best defender. An excellent playmaker as well, and Spain land the first blow off his assist. Diath with the dime, and the score for Frank Guerra. Denmark were up against it from the start. Not the best way to begin. Gustav Knudsen at the line gets Denmark level and scores their first ever World Cup qualifier points. 2 of 2 from the strike. Our apologies if you've experienced any picture and sound breakup. We'll hope to fix those issues through the course of the evening as quickly as possible. Delivering the underarm harm, Jaime Fernandez. A 32-year-old veteran, but he's been a scoring machine this season. Even more so than normal. Fernandez blazing to the bucket past Kevin Larsson. Currently having his best campaign yet in the BCL. 11.5 points, 2.3 steals in only 14 minutes a game. 14 minutes. On a 53-40-91 shooting clip. First foul on Dibba. Fernandez again. Gets it back on the handoff. And how about that from Fernandez, showing his quality and his confidence. With a chance to transition, open triple, knocks it down, and Denmark have the lead. The outside shot from Dane Erikstrup. He was superb in the pre-qualifiers, albeit not with his three-point accuracy, but he backs his own ability to convert them. He shot only 29% from three, en route to averaging 13.5 points per game, but he took 7 three-point attempts a night in the pre-qualifiers. It's his first one here this evening, backing that long-range shot. Backing in, going to work here is Larson, and the big man with the soft touch finish on the fade. A series of lead changes already here. Jensen. Larson puts it on the floor, goes behind the back. How about the footwork and the finish from Kevin Larson? The 32-year-old, 2'7" center. Well, he only played once in pre-qualifying, and in 19 minutes, he was 1 of 7 from the field. He's got 2 fantastic buckets already in the opening 3 minutes of this one. Fernandez slipping, no foul. Able to pass it from down on the deck and grab the offensive rebound. He's doing everything right now. So Spain looking for the lead again. Flipped overhead, typical Spanish team play. And off every inch of the iron and the hop, it drops. Spain back ahead, but Denmark giving as good as they're getting right now. Jensen. It's Dibber on the outside, back iron, offensive rebound for Denmark now. Larson passes on. The one bucket he got in his one pre-qualifiers appearance was a 3. Jensen short on his, and Spain come up with the rebound. And 3 mid-range, and again a let-off for Denmark. Rebound Erikstrup. It's been blow by blow, lead by lead. A number of turnovers in between. 3 turnovers for Denmark, too many. Fernandez puts it in with the foul. Spain pulling away on it, run up by 5. Denmark, how quick to bounce back though.
med sin første fejl. Inden for Danmark kommer nu med nummer 12, eller Andersen.
So Spain having pulled away by 9 points, 3 minutes and change remaining in the first quarter, but Denmark hoping to cling in there at the line right now with Dibba. With a huge defensive stop. A second to go. back within 8 points. A chance for back-to-back scores to get back within a couple of possessions. Swung around under the hoop, up fake. Drawing multiple defenders and then in isolation. Delightfully done by Sylvester Berg-Pedersen. Pedersen's first score. And Denmark back within 6 points and the turnover as well. And a strong attack fouled on his flight path. Berg-Pedersen again with the pass that time, having just scored the previous bucket. Dane Erikstrup going up and now going to the line. Five of Denmark's 17 points. Closed it to 4 here. Again, I do apologize for the breakup to the picture quality. I hope to keep you informed as best I can until we get these issues fixed. Denmark 4 turnovers, 3 of them though came in the first 4 minutes. They've forced a couple on Spain since. They've been protecting the ball better themselves. And despite Spain doing well on the offensive end, Denmark are closing this gap. Both teams at the foul limit already. Latest one on Pedersen. So Spain to the line. Anderson, the number 12, is the point guard, averaged a team-high 4.8 assists in the pre-qualifiers. Jensen inside, and free to go up and get the soft rise to the rim to fall. It's Erikstrup again, now 7 points for him. Denmark back within 4 once more. Really showing their quality and character in the opening period of this one to stay with Spain. Knocked away from the rim, grabbed back again. Spain have had a sequence of offensive rebounds in this first quarter. Don't make the most of that one. Dibber. 3-point shot. A little long from Berg-Pedersen. On the shot clock, final minute of the first. Inbound for Spain, up by 4. Shot clock to 5. Prodding and probing on the perimeter, crossover, 3-point shot short. And the flying tip, and there's another of those offensive rebounds, and Denmark is certainly punished for that one. Clippers backdoor cut, poked away, and this is tough to take. Not many offensive rebounds now for Spain. Denmark forcing a miss on the first shot. Doing well to only be down by 6, but the defense has to improve in terms of allowing second chance opportunities. Spain 25 points in a period is a big tally. Jensen drawing contact. 21-year-old who in the Euro Cup with Ulm this season has averaged 11.9 points, 4.6 assists, 3.6 rebounds, and a league third best 2 steals a game. All with only 1.9 turnovers. 47% three-point shooting. It was fabulous across 3 pre-qualifiers. Averaged the team third best 12.7 points and team second best 4 assists a game, 4 rebounds as well. And 38% three-point shooting. Denmark within 5. Shot clock turned off, end of the first period here. Another offensive rebound against 3 defenders now. They get it back. Do they have time, Denmark, with Jensen? It's going to be a heave. Bang! Denmark back within 2 and emphatically. A huge long-range 3 lands at the buzzer. They keep on chipping away. And they're only down 1 shot off the back of a huge shot to finish a fine first quarter. Denmark 23, Spain 25 at the end of 1.
Det synes jeg er en rigtig god idé. Det synes jeg er en rigtig god idé.
Er dig? Er du frisk? Vi sætter pind for øjnene på dig. Du starter på siden.
So back with you hopefully now. Spain by only 4. Just over a minute and a half into the second period. And I'm hoping we have our technical issues sorted and can be with you now for the duration. Because this one looks like it could be potentially something special. If not, certainly very entertaining indeed. Diaz. Denmark getting hands in the way, deflections. Players really committed to the cause on the defensive end. Just to try to catch you up. Denmark led by the 7 points of Dane Erikstrup. Tobias Jensen with 6 points. Oh, just about staying in bounds on the delightful baseline cut. And putting it in, Francis Alonso. So Spain by 6. Spain have had 8 points from Santi Justa to lead the way. They did create a bit of a gap at 1 point, led by as many as 9. After an early exchange of leads the first few minutes. They've been forgiven for thinking that Spain might have been pulling away, but Denmark just stuck at it and have reeled them back in. Diaz to Garrett. Inside-outside passing from Spain, knocked down by Dani Diaz. And Spain have opened up a gap again, around about the same point at which they did in the first. Now doing so in the second, up by 7 here in Farum, Denmark. It's going to need a timeout from Alan Foss on the Danish bench. Guerra's kick out, and Diaz with the score. Spain have tied the largest lead at 9 points here. And Denmark have to rally together again. These fans will certainly help them do that on this historic occasion, their first ever World Cup qualifier. Having got through the pre-qualifiers back in August for the first time ever, a 2-2 record. Enough to see them here. New eras for both nations in a sense tonight. For Spain under Chus Mateo, and for Denmark to play in a World Cup qualifier for the first time. And he is a shining star, Jensen, but he couldn't convert. Looking around perhaps for a bit of help from the official, but it's Diaz who comes away with it. Chance for the first double-digit lead of the evening. Guerra has the mismatch in the post here, backing in, no help defense coming, that's tough. But a travel. So give credit to the defense for sticking to it and forcing the error. Both head coaches will want an improvement in the turnover counts. Spain have had 5 now. Denmark have had 6. Larson puts it on the floor, wants to attack Guerra. Back iron on the shot, rebound Diaz. Roberto Diaz now. Another chance for Spain to open up a double-digit lead. 4 minutes into the second period, outside shot way off. Try and save it on the baseline, back by Jensen. He was equally as diligent. And Denmark making the most of that diligence by attacking the goal straight away again. Trip to the line to come for Gustav Knudsen. He didn't play at all in the pre-qualifiers, the number 8, 22-year-old forward. Right over 2 cameramen, 2 photographers, and it may have come at a cost, that hustle. But Danny Diaz. Denmark ultimately got the ball back. Diaz has an injury issue here. Talk about Diaz taking a hit for his team as Knudsen went right over the top. Fouled through in the paint. So Knudsen at the line. He's moved to Manresa in Spain this season. A few Danish players who play club basketball in the ACB. After playing in the Belgian Dutch League last season, when he averaged 7.7 points, 4.2 rebounds and 1.4 steals a game. Lots of long, athletic and defensively dogged players on this Danish side. Youthful exuberance. Play with energy and passion. Back within 7, Guerra forcefully into the lane. Passes away, back out from Larson. Alonso the handoff. Fernandez. Shot clock winding down. Final couple of ticks here, and the foul on the far side. The third on Denmark. It's a tough one to take, given they played good defense for 21 seconds. If you're joining us late, we did have some issues with the broadcast. Into the start of the second period, it looks okay now. And I can catch you up in terms of the narrative of the night. Spain up by as many as 9 in the first. Denmark reeled them back into within 2 with a huge shot, a 3 at the buzzer. Spain have since gone back up by 9 again and are hoping to do so once more, maybe even the first double-digit lead if they can hit on the outside. Alonso is going to take the long 2 instead. Rebound Knudsen. And they're protecting their backboard better. Crucially, Denmark here in the second. Midway point of the period. They've given up 9 offensive rebounds so far, many of those in the first. That's an offensive foul. Alonso putting his body in harm's way, and he takes a hit for his team, so Spain are digging in on defense as well now. Alonso getting to his spot in time. Foul on the offense before the shot. They thought they created the open 3 from the corner. 9 offensive rebounds, Spain. Turned several of them into points. 12 second chance points, in fact, for Spain. A third of their entire output the first 15 minutes of this game. In contrast, 0 second chance points for Denmark off just 2 offensive rebounds. So a big disparity on the offensive boards. Fernandez inside, fronting up on the interior and poking it away. Knudsen doing a fantastic job for his team, and Debba, and that has been the medicine for Denmark. The defensive stop and the transition offense. lead the fast break points count 13-6 now. Fernandez down the right rail, goes Glass and puts it in. Jaime Fernandez in fine scoring form this season for club and country. 6 points for him so far. Larson up against his opposite number, Almanza, a talented 20-year-old Spaniard who's come in. Larson, the veteran, looking to put the moves on him, but ultimately the miss. And Denmark don't have any fouls to give the rest of this half, so it makes it tough to play their brand of tenacious defense. Fernandez, Spain by 7. Far side, open three, over everything. They keep on missing opportunities to open up that double-digit lead. Wide open, an air ball. There's Almanza, a rising star, but a huge break for Spain that it goes out off Denmark. So 5 on the shot clock here. It didn't reset because of the air ball. Offensive rebounds. Essentially a third chance scoring opportunity here. Fernandez got it with a hand in his eyes. Fading, flailing, falling and finishing for the fabulous score to give Spain the first double-digit lead of the evening. Missed a few open shots, that one was anything but. But Fernandez feeling like he can hit anything right now. And the defense from Almanza as well, the shadow and the shutdown, and Spain on the fast break. Cardenas puts the handbrake on the break. To post up and go to work. Open shooters queuing up on the outside. How about another? Not this time. Larson protects the glass. Jukic from the double team. Can't work it quick enough to find an open man within range. Here's Klusman, 22-year-old guard. He played 15 minutes a game in the pre-qualifiers. Larson passes back out when the help defense came across. It would have been a big bucket for Denmark. They really worked hard to try and create it. And get another go with the foul on Spain. And third, Denmark at the foul limit already. Spain still have one more to give to finish this first half. And you feel for Denmark because you feel they're playing well. All they can, they've really pushed, they've really committed. They've had some big shots, but they still trail Spain by 10. Jensen. Knocked away. 6 on the shot clock. Dibba. The footwork and the finish from Bakary Dibba. Delightfully done as he strides into the lane and glances off the glass. Push shot mid-range, knocked away. Larson comes up with it, a chance for back-to-back scores here for Denmark to bring belief back again. Dibba. Larson, guarded by Osobor. And there's the 4th foul on Spain. Was it on the shot? No, it's on the floor. Second on Osobor. He'll be playing his rocky professional campaign in Germany. And finished his US college career, the number 0. He's going to check out. He's been superb. In Germany, 16.1 points a game in only 24 minutes. Restricted by foul trouble here. Larson the handoff. 1.5 minutes to play. Jensen. Jensen off balance and off the mark as well, and always looking to run Diaz. And the opportunity presents itself. Pauli slows it down though. And now Spain will play in the half court. 8 their advantage, 1 minute and change remaining in the first half. Alberto Diaz Two-time BCL champion. Beautiful bounce pass on the baseline cut in between two defenders. And trying to finish on the reverse, a foul. Alvaro Cardenas will go to the line for two, the 23-year-old point guard. Cardenas. That's in the first. It will remain a single-digit game. He's playing his first professional year as well in Greece right now after his US college career. With 7.1 assists a game with Boise State. And playing with Peristeri. 5 assists a game in the Greek league. 9 the advantage for Spain. Larson, they're often going into him in the post and he loses the ball. Turnovers very costly for Denmark early on. He started to protect the ball better. That comes at a tough time. 48 seconds to play in the second. We'll have a timeout. Denmark trailing 33-42 to Spain in their first ever World Cup qualifier. Still strange seeing somebody different on the Spanish national team bench. Chus Mateo, excellent choice though to replace Sergio Scariolo. His team ahead here by 9 points on multiple occasions. Once by 10. European champion head coach at club level, now in charge of a team that under Scariolo won 4 European championships on the national stage. Fernandez, 9 points for him. He's got eyes in the back of his head and a radar set just right. Here he is again, Fernandez! Stunning from Jaime. He's missed just 1 shot en route to 12 points. And 2 tough triples. 20-10, second period in favor of Spain, up by 12, largest lead of the evening. Final shot of the first half to come. Denmark need it badly. It's a tough one and it's off and they can't replicate what they did at the end of one. So Spain, who've had several attempts to do so, have now opened up a big gap. The main intermission, Denmark 33, Spain 45, here in far-on Denmark. Look at the numbers. Not bad for Denmark. The interior, the key for Spain, especially off second chance opportunities. 64% two-point shooting. And a 15-2 advantage in second chance points, of an 11-3 advantage in offensive rebounds, led by the 12 points of Jaime Fernandez. Santa Eustace had 8 in a flash in just 6 minutes of that first half. Pauli 6. Dane Erikstrup leading the way for Denmark with 8. Look for some of the highlights from the last period of play. That, in fact, was the buzzer beater at the end of one. Why not show it again to start the second quarter best plays? He got Denmark back within 2 points, having trailed by 9 in the first. But Spain producing a tremendous second stanza. Despite the fact Denmark improved in protecting their backboards versus the first period, initially improved in protecting the ball, limiting their turnovers. Clung in there for a while, but Jaime Fernandez is at the top of his game right now. And at the top of the scoring charts at halftime here on game day 1 of the qualifiers for the 2027 World Cup in Qatar.
Showdown here tonight. Let's get this body size. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me!
Oh my! Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Just guarded by Brooks. He spins. He gets away from him. Look at that finish. Just enough English to put it up and in. So Peter Filtman in the house. Alexander Walker goes in for the rim rocker.
Again, no rim protection, no size. This is a small ball game.
Parks kicks it, extra pass, Zegars. Oh, Latvia basketball.
You said it, Latvia basketball, Zegars. He was open for the three. What great ball movement and passing. Look at this.
Bruner goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Wagner gets in. A little bit of elevation.
Bogdanovic, turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic, Troika. Well, coach, it may be Troika time. He's made the three-pointer.
What a shot from Paco Cruz. He was literally out of bounds. Oh, Procito, what are you doing? And the alley-oop! And Banchero this time does not lay it up. He scores right at the end of the third quarter buzzer.
half. From the three-point line, 12 of 25 in the three-pointer. Leg bomb, nothing but net.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout, beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Rigtig mange, der er gode til basket. Der er måske nogen, der ikke er så gode til basket. Er det dig? Okay.
Welcome back to the Farum Arena in Denmark. On this historic occasion, Denmark performed admirably through the first period and for the first few minutes of the second to keep with the two-time world champion Spain. But at half-time, they trailed by 12 points, 33-45 to the Spaniards. And we'll take a look at Jaime Fernandez, who has carried his sensational club form into this first qualifier for the 2027 FIBA World Cup. 12 points at the half with just one miss for Fernandez. 12 points in just over 9 minutes of action. He's a perfect 3 of 3 on the interior and 2 tough triples on 3 attempts on the outside. Denmark have spread their scoring around. Dane Erikstrup leads them with 8 points in his 11 minutes so far. 22-year-old carrying his pre-qualifying form into this first ever World Cup qualifier for Denmark. He set the tone early, knocking down an outside shot. 3 of 4 at the stripe. Perfect from the field, hitting his only 2-point attempt as well. 8 points in 11 minutes of action. And only 1 missed free throw. A blemish on his stat line. Behind him, 6 points, as well as a couple of assists, a steal and a block for Tobias Jensen, the rising star. Level with Bakary Dibba as Denmark's best player by efficiency. Dibba has 6 points with 2 of 2 field goal shooting, a couple of offensive rebounds and a block. 19 minutes and 16 seconds of that first half. Second best player for Spain by efficiency has been Oriol Pauli. 6 points, just 1 miss, 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds for him. 12 points of Jaime Fernandez. We've had 8 in just 6 minutes from Santi Justa, who's 3 of 5 from the field and 2 of 2 at the line. Entertainment continues even in the half-time interval for this crowd here in Farum. The short drive north of Copenhagen. So lots of fans, I'm sure, will have come from the capital. Oh, it's good. From centre court, the bank open at half-time even on a Thursday night in Denmark. Let's take a look at some of the key players for Denmark over the first 20 minutes. There's somebody I want to add to their roster who's just hit that shot from centre court. Dane Erikstrup with 8 points and plenty more as well. It's been a real team effort on the defensive end for Denmark, all committed to the cause, all showing their potential. Larsson's been impactful, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 2 tremendous scores early on, but he's only 2 of 5 from the field. to protect their backboard better. Denmark, they gave up 11 offensive rebounds. That's a backbreaker. When you defend the first shot well, as you see the line on Erikstrup, they force a miss, and then they give up the second chance scoring opportunity. And on those second chance points, a 15-2 advantage in favor of Spain. That is more than the entire difference in the stat that matters the most, the scoreline. Spain plus 13 on second chance points, plus 12 in the game. Let's look at their foul trouble. Number of players on 2, nobody on more. And their leaders in the different categories. Now, also, boy, you see the 4 rebounds there, but 3 of those have come on the Danish backboard. 3 offensive rebounds. The great Osobor. Tally of 11 for the team. And Fernandez, an assist and a rebound. And 1 foul drawn on his stat line, as well as the game-high 12 points. His efficiency of 11 is the highest of all players in the game. And turnovers, the other issue for Denmark, especially early on. They've had 8 turnovers in the game. That's looking much better at halftime than it was earlier, but Spain have only had 5 turnovers. So Denmark significantly losing both possession count categories, and that makes it hard to beat a team with such talent, such scoring ability, and having fewer shots in the game. To put that in numbers, Denmark have taken 24 field goal attempts. Spain have taken 38. So 14 extra shots from the field for Spain. See in a moment if Denmark can put those problems right at the line. Put those offensive rebounding issues behind them, and indeed their ball protecting issues, which they have started to fix as this one has progressed. Spain have support here as well tonight to usher in their new era. Denmark getting to the line for plenty has been a positive. Shooting 71% at this stripe. They've got 5 more points than Spain at the line. Part of that born out of how they've attacked the basket off the back of early defensive stops. They did well running the floor. They have a 13-6 advantage on the fast break, Denmark. One more rallying call before the second half, and if you're quick enough to catch that code, make sure you get the World Cup Qualifiers app. Follow these qualifiers right the way through to Qatar 2027. Game day 1 here tonight. 12 European teams will take part at the 32-team tournament. A couple of summers' time. Spain, of course, hoping to be one of them. They've not only been expected to compete on the grandest of stages over the last few decades, but also lifted 2 World Cup trophies, as many as the USA in recent years. We go, start of the second half. Denmark with the ball, down 12. Off the back of a big pull-away second period from Spain. Larsen. Knudsen, he did well at times in the first half, flips it inside. Erikstrup, nice pass out. How they need the 3 from Deva, he doesn't get it, batted back out. A rare offensive rebound for Denmark. A bump on the perimeter, and they'll try and convince it's on the shot. Denmark grabbing only their 4th offensive rebound of the game. on their first possession of the second half. Larson. Knudsen behind the backside of Larson, who ran interference on the perimeter. Delightfully done. What a score from Gustav Knudsen. 6 points for him, giving Denmark an extra boost, having not played in the pre-qualifiers. Diaz. Fernandez. In between a gap. And that was enough to stop him. The elevator doors closing on the game's top scorer for just his second miss. Larson from the elbow. Wouldn't go down. Big opportunity blowing for Denmark to make it a single-digit margin again. To really generate a swell of momentum in this arena. Pauli. Dibba long and athletic to defend the perimeter. There's the switch though. Dibba fronting up. And putting it away from Garrett. So a positive defensive start for Denmark to the second half. Third foul on Santi Juster, who scored 8 points in 6 minutes early on and then went to the bench after picking up his second. Knudsen 6 points. Jensen. Tris Matteo is asking for the unsportsmanlike foul hit. And that's a really hard play for Denmark. It's a great reach from Pauli. But the pass is too risky from Jensen. And it's not the kind of area on the court where you want to give the ball away. It's come at the cost of a second foul on Erikstrup. They avoid it being an unsportsmanlike. Only Denmark's first of the quarter. But it's a turnover that could be punished here. Another missed opportunity to make it a single-digit margin. Rolls the right way off the rim as far as this home crowd are concerned. Knudsen. Those defensive rebounds important, but the quick hands in the passing lanes again for Spain. Denmark have to show a little bit more composure. Yes, they want to force the issue on the fast break, but they also have to be careful about how they do it. How good is Alberto Diaz? In those kind of situations, so active on the defensive end. The two-time BCL best defender. Again, they close the doors on Fernandez. No way through for the top scorer. Defense-dominated start to the second half here. They're faking their handoff. Larson's hands in the way that time. Diaz picks it up, shot clock about to expire, and the surely not shot is off right. And what a stop from Denmark that time. Fans appreciating the hustle of the underdogs here in Farum so far. Third chance, lucky perhaps, to make it a single-digit margin. Been trailed by 12 at the break. Dibba takes the three off the crossover and lands it with nothing but nylon. Bakary Dibba, who only shot 26% from long range in the pre-qualifiers. That is a huge one for him and his team. It makes it just a 7-point game. And that's a huge hit back from Jaime Fernandez, undeterred and unerring accuracy. 3 of 4 from 3, 15 points in the game. Back to 10 it goes, just like that. Dibba suffocating the outside shot. Dibba fancied his chances of another, but the bullet was blocked after it had barely left the barrel. Defense from Erikstrup on point. Denmark not backing down, anything but. Larson, open three, missed it. Erikstrup battling for the boards, to no avail. Guerra comes up with it. And the reaching foul on Knudsen. That three that got Denmark back within 7 from Dibber was his first on his second attempt. He then missed one. He's 1 of 3 now, but it was only the team's 4th made 3 here. They were 2 of 12 before that. And now 4 of 14. About the retaliation though from Jaime Fernandez, as he knocked down his 3rd on the outside right off the back of that Dibber make. Made it a double-digit margin again. Fernandez, ball circulation, Spain. Guerra faking the handoff. Fernandez, the primary option. That one short from a long way back beyond the arc. Jensen lost it, last touch off Spain. Tobias Jensen. It's just incredible potential. You see the length and the ball handling ability, the 198 guard. With room to grow. At the age of 21. And a ton of talent. Eleven turnovers on Denmark now, 7 on Spain. At a pivotal point in proceedings. Margin hanging around 10 points for a long time. Denmark getting stops but not scores. Missing chances. Perhaps to re-establish a foothold in this game. There's another stop. Now can they turn it into points? Briefly, and I mean briefly, got back within 7 before it was 10 again. Hill Anderson kicks it out. That was off Dibber's 3. How about doing it again? No. So he's only 1 of 4 now. Can't reproduce to take it back down to 7. And a whistle. As Pauli attacks, but it's actually, I think, an offensive 3-second violation. Is that the call here? Was going against Spain. No, it's not. It's a goaltend. I beg your pardon. It's a goaltend against Denmark. Initially, the officials have gone the other way. Basket good. And shot interference. And Spain by 12, as it was at the half. For all of Denmark's hard work, the margin is the same as it was at the main break. Real Pauli now has 8 points. With just 1 missed shot, 7 rebounds. And commits that foul. This is 3rd personal. And the pressure dropped, but recovered by Muller. And again, look at the defensive work here. And the runway opens up for the great Osobor takeoff. Boy, did he build his own platform from which to fly. He comes up with it again, the 22-year-old. Hard work from Knudsen. Osobor able to keep it, but then lost it. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and a steal for him in 10 minutes. Great cameo from the 22-year-old. Spain by 14 have the largest lead of the game with 14 minutes to play. Fernandez comes away with it at pace, with purpose. And the Spaniards sparkling to start their new era in style. Great Osobor off the back of a high-hanging Jaime pass. Well, it was Cardenas who was in the control tower and said to great Osobor, "You are cleared for takeoff." Spain by 16. Two huge highlight reel finishes for great Osobor. He was up to 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds and 2 steals in only just under 11 minutes of action. He has stolen the spotlight for Spain. Assist from Alvaro Cardenas, the 23-year-old, finding the high-flying 22-year-old. Links into Spain's new era. 16 largest lead, it keeps growing now. Are Denmark done? Erikstrup, oh, delightfully done from the Great Dane. That was a great play, 10 for Erikstrup. On the bounce into the lane, Cardenas out. Sneaker on the sideline, turnover on Oriol Pauli. So a chance for back-to-back scores for Denmark. It's thoroughly entertaining as we get deep into the third quarter. The game is far from finished. Major underdog, Denmark, 60th in the world rankings. Against two-time world champion Spain, Denmark's first ever World Cup qualifier. We are hanging around. Shot clock winding down. Three-point shot. And Erikstrup off. That's fired in. Baseline closed off. Foul on Erikstrup. Who's that on Erikstrup now? That, I think, is his third. Indeed it is. Might require a break. I'd love to keep him in. He's their top scorer. 10 points in 18 minutes. 3 of 4 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line. Also 3 turnovers and now 3 fouls. Turnover right off the inbound pass, telegraphed by Berg Pedersen. And the flying follow that wouldn't fall. They're asking for the basket to count, and it looks like it will. For Marcus Moller, the 18-year-old rising star, rising to rock the rack. And putting his opponent, Santi Justa, on a poster that didn't quite print. But the score good for Denmark on shot interference. And the gap reduced to 12. Used to having had foul trouble earlier on. Seen his action restricted. His attack putting the foul on Denmark. He's played 13.5 minutes, Santi Justa, in which he's got 8 points. Denmark, for all of their fighting, around the foul limit, and Spain are at the line. Santi Justa a chance to hit double digits. Spain's second top scorer behind the 15 points of Jaime Fernandez. One of 3 players for Spain on 8, alongside Oriol Pauli and great Osobor. Denmark led by the 10 points of Dane Erikstrup, have had 9 from Bakary Deba. A couple of players on 6. Missing the first, can he get the second? The player on this roster that played at Eurobasket in the summer. Justa. He's taken his game to another level with Zaragoza. This season he's averaging career highs of 18.8 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists and 1.6 steals. Has been an 87% free throw shooter in the ACB, but he splits the pair there. And Spain by 13. Jensen pings it out. Oh, it's tough, it's really tough. Now Dibba has the open spot for the three. He wants to drive the baseline, but he steps back to push off and puts his sneaker on the sideline. So instead of the open three or the open baseline to drive, he commits the turnover. 6 each in this period. We saw those kind of numbers back in the first quarter before both teams sorted it out in the second to an extent. Also ball ripped down by Jensen, who's fouled. That was the last foul to give to Spain. A positive final 2 minutes of this period, Denmark, and they will go into the fourth within striking distance. All the pressure here is on Spain, who are expected to win. Also, Ball commits his third foul. And further fouls by the Spanish defense now, the rest of the third quarter, and indeed the Danish defense will send their opponents to the foul line, shooting foul or not. Jensen. By Tardenats. Oh, that's nice! Well, the bounce pass lit the fuse and Dibba detonated the big Danish dunk. Up to 11 as he goes right up to the rack. It's an 11-point game, open three, big moment, huge shot for the twinkling 20-year-old star, Izan Almanza. That's a pivotal shot in the final 2 minutes of this third quarter. Spain up by 14. Had he missed that, it would likely have been a Danish break and a chance to make it a single-digit margin. Almanza with unerring accuracy. MVP when Spain won the Under-19 World Cup a couple of years ago. Now stepping up and hoping to star on the senior stage. It's off the back of a tremendous under-20 Euro basket in which he averaged 15.7 points, 6.9 rebounds in 24 minutes. Shot 43% from three. We saw an air ball from him earlier, but that was with pinpoint precision. That not. Offensive ball back in. How about a three-point play the old-fashioned way instead for Tobias Jensen? And Denmark will not lie down. Battling on the boards and delivering a taste of Spain's own medicine. Spain having had a 15-5 advantage in second chance points before that three-point play. It's an 11-point game again. And three from Almanza cancelled by the three-point play of Jensen. Cardenas down the line, blocked off on his way into the paint. Young players really stepping up in the second half here, but don't forget about him. The veteran steps up and says, I've got something to say as well. The lead for Spain. Tough shot on the swivel, off for Klusman. Now shot clock turned off. Costa again, pulls the trigger on the perimeter off right. And it will be a 13-point margin heading into the final 10 minutes. Denmark just about matching Spain in that period. Having been down by 12 at the half, they need to do far more than just match them in the final quarter of play to have any chance of the ultimate upset here on game day one of the qualifiers for the 2027 World Cup in Qatar. Denmark 47, Spain 60 at the end of three. Both teams struggling on the outside, but Denmark even more so. Spain's two-point percentage falling, but still superior. Denmark, give them credit. It's a team that look like they have a long way to go in terms of maximising their very exciting potential. And it's the ultimate test here tonight against the two-time World Cup winners, who have their own young stars stepping onto this stage for the first time as well, and rising up off the stage on a couple occasions in that quarter was great. Also for two fantastic finishes. That one as well for 18-year-old Marcus Muller that counted on shot interference. Big dunk Dibber, the 23-year-old, having hit a big three as well. A really entertaining quarter of play, but one after which Spain continued to hold Denmark at arm's length. It's that QR code, if you can, for all the stream schedules and scores on the Courtside 1891 app. That's the perfect way of watching all of the action across all of the FIBA competitions. All of these World Cup qualifiers in particular are going on across all corners of the globe in this first window. It's the first of 3 windows in the first stage of these European qualifiers. 2 games in each window. And the final window in the summer. The middle window in February. Top 3 out of the 4 teams in this group will progress and take their records with them to the second stage. So every game really does count. Spain hoping to take a win here. Carry that win ultimately into the second stage as well. Up fake, sidestep, short on the shot, and off was Alex Reyes. Denmark have largely done well, but they need the quarter of all quarters here. A quarter that really would go down in history. Deep 3, back iron. Stretch for the rebound, good for Muller. 2 meters 16, 18-year-old forward. Saw in the third quarter what he could do on the offensive glass. Jensen, we've been seeing all season what he can do. Jensen taking it onto the interior, trying to create some breathing with the head fakes, the footwork, and the pinpoint finish. Tobias Jensen showing us the incredible quality and potential that he possesses. An 11-point game as Denmark land the first blow of the fourth. A stop and a score makes it a single-digit margin. But calm and composed through the paint goes Cardenas. Peristeri this season, 9.7 points, 5 assists, 1.6 steals a game. A big teenager off the mark on the outside, fumbled the handle on the ball, recovered and then threw it away. Denmark will keep it here. Final touch off Spain. 7 on the shot clock. 2-16. 18-year-old Marcus Muller taking the outside shot though. Cardenas has done really well. Didn't play much in the first half, but now played 14.5 minutes. Alvaro Cardenas, he's got 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting. A couple of rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and also 2 turnovers. They're having a look at this out of bounds call, I believe, on a coach's challenge. It was called in favor of Denmark. So the officials will be looking for conclusive evidence to the contrary.
Jeg tror næsten, jeg skal se at byde på den der Silvesterbrev trøje der, 760 kroner. Den er ikke nogen money for me.
Just trying to get the right look here. There's the fumble, there's the recovery. As it's poked away from behind on that pass attempt from Muller. So Reyes pointing, so it should be Spain's possession. This hand going in there. This is the angle you want. Certainly gets his finger to the ball, so maybe gets the wrist of Muller. See which way the officials see it. Not to the delight of this crowd. Spain get it back. Coach's challenge wisely used. 13-point lead and possession with 8.5 to play. Cardenas continuing to run the show, fizzes the bounce pass in, and a foul on his way up. First on Denmark in this fourth quarter. We'll send Izan Alamanza to the line. He was MVP at the Under-19 World Cup when Spain won gold a couple of years ago. He's also the first ever player to win MVP at both the Under-17 World Cup and the Under-18 Eurobasket. First non-American to ever win the award at the Under-17 World Cup back in 2022. Had a year in the G League as an 18-year-old. Averaged 10.5 points, 7.1 rebounds. He went to Australia last season. 7.5 points, 4.3 boards in 17 minutes with Perth. And then a big move to Real Madrid this summer. He'll be only playing a minor role, 8 minutes a game in the ACB. 8 minutes to play, Spain by 14. There's a foul on the floor. Drawn by Sylvester Berg-Pedersen. About how well Navarro Cardenas has done. Spain a +9 in his 15 minutes. That's the second best plus-minus of all players. Commits the foul there. I'm sure that Sylvester Berg-Pedersen will try and exploit perhaps what he felt was a mismatch. Larson. Jensen. From the three, big rebound, Dibber. Wide open look, that one off as well. And with every one of those open opportunities, an opportunity goes, and seconds go as well off the clock. Every possession so important now for Denmark. Down 14, with just under 8 minutes to play. They do get a third chance scoring opportunity, but time winding down on them. Dibber. Converts, does he? No. And wrestle for the rebound. Dibber comes up with it. Fourth chance scoring opportunity. Jensen, up fake, steps in, fakes the pass, slices and dices the defense in so many ways. Tobias Jensen using all of his moves. 13 points for him. It's a 12-point game. It took him a long time to get that score, though. Fourth chance points for Denmark. 7 minutes to play. 12 the gap. Pauli graces the wrong side of the net. And that didn't graze the leg of the Danish player jumping, so the baseline save from Spain went out of bounds on the sideline. Look at this from Jensen. Up fake, fake at the pass, speak two. And then slice through a seam to score. Jensen now 13 points on 5 of 12 shooting, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists, but also 4 turnovers. He's played 28 minutes of the first 33. Larson up against Alamanza. Backing in, kicking out as the help defense came across. It's a blocking foul. Saw Spanish players putting their body in that position on several occasions in the first half. That was close to going the other way. Denmark get the call. Sylvester Berg-Pedersen gets to the line for the first time tonight. One of the more experienced players in the Danish squad, the 27-year-old forward. half of this team aged 22 or under, and 23-year-old as well. We've got the 27-year-old Berg, 28-year-old Anderson, a couple of 32-year-olds. Each and every point they can possibly get right now. Going to be missing free throws. Larson on the grapple. Second foul on Denmark to match the two of Spain. Missed 5 shots from the line tonight. Denmark on their 17 attempts. They're shooting 71%. Spain have missed 4 out of 11 though. They're shooting 64% of the strike. Oh, Deba says, get out of here. And after the nice work of Santi Justa, a little hesitation and Deba bit back. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound, they'll try and upgrade to a 3. Rebound Denmark, a chance to make it a single-digit margin here. With still 6 minutes plus to play. Dibba to Larson, around they go. Jensen, the creator-in-chief, the main ball handler, pulls the trigger himself, and it was halfway down and back out again. It hit everything but the net. And this is going to be a dagger if it goes, and it does. A 6-point swing that hurts this far-on crowd. Alonso drilling the 3 just seconds after it looked like Denmark would get back within 8 points. They're down 14. They have to keep plugging away. Instead, they keep missing. Dibba salvages possession, but the Danish flame now is barely flickering. With a half a period to play, they've poured their hearts and souls into this performance. To stay alive, to stay with it, to stay with one of the most prestigious names in the world game. It's the story of 2 3-point shots, a microcosm of this matchup. Dibba turns it over. Diaz. Spain really looking to turn the screw here. Same spot, different player, same outcome. Surely job done. Alberto Diaz sends Spain out of sight. A 17-point lead. Back-to-back threes to knock Denmark down to the deck. They are winded right now. Not to their knees. And to think they had that 3-point shot that went just about halfway down from Tobias Jensen that would have made it an 8-point game. It was only 57 seconds ago. They were a matter of millimeters away from being back within 8 points with 6 minutes still to play. 57 seconds later, they're down by 17. And they have to call a timeout, knowing they're almost out of time and out of chances. It was only 8 seconds later, Francis Alonso showed them how to do it. And then Alberto Diaz did the same 46 seconds after that. A pair of fatal blows delivered by the 2-time world champions. Denmark surely now just playing for pride and playing for these fans on this historic occasion. Offensive rebounds, hard work rewarded with the score for Gustav Knudsen. Points for him now. 15 the gap though, 4.5 to play. They will continue to fight. Knudsen. Three-point shot, right on the money. Gustav Knudsen with 5 points in a flash. Maybe the Danish flame is still flickering. Not quite doused out just yet. Timeout call by Chus Mateo on the Spain bench. 4 minutes and 27 seconds to play. 5 points in no time at all, making it a 12-point margin. Seconds since the three from Alberto Diaz. It looked like it had killed off Denmark once and for all. Put Spain up by 17 seconds. Knudsen with a 2 and a 3. 2 scores in the space of 23 seconds. Denmark are down by only 4 possessions with 4.5 minutes to play. It's been hard fought, at times fast-paced. These look to be the 2 triples to finish the job. Or so it seems. Nothing else, Denmark have shown that they perhaps can cause upsets through the course of this campaign, even if not tonight. This is a nation really growing on the international stage. That's the call. It's a foul on the floor before the shot of Frank Guerra. Called a foul on Berg Pedersen. Fourth, but Denmark have done well to limit team fouls in this period, having struggled to do so in previous quarters. That only their 3rd. 4 minutes of the game to play. Guerra able to grab it despite the attempt of Knudsen to reach for it. Diaz on the bounce. It's Guerra, swings it out. In the passing lane was Erikstrup. 1 pass too many. Denmark looking to fly forward to soar and to score. Tobias Jensen going right to the goal, and Denmark refused to wave the white flag. They are back within 10 with 3.5 to play. Offensive rebound, miss, Larson. Chance at a single-digit margin. 3-point shot. Rebound grabbed by Spain. Maybe that was the shot. Maybe. We thought they'd had their last chance already. Maybe that was it. They would have made it a 7-point game with plenty of time to play. Instead, the miss. A rebound for Spain. And that 4th foul on Denmark. Spain have it back. Long possessions help them out now, as does the Danish foul count situation. Finally here in the 4th. But Tobias Jensen gave these fans a big moment. And they've given a big performance, and they're still in it. They are still in it, Denmark. When it felt impossible, Jensen to the far side. Knudsen. And they hack Dane Erikstrup on the interior. Spain had a couple of fouls to give. Only their 3rd team foul of the 4th quarter. Happy to take that one. With one of Denmark's biggest stars getting the ball in a mismatch. It's been a wonderful watch. And still 3 minutes just about of it to go. Denmark down 10. 3-point shot. And you'll see Spain slow it down and look to orchestrate the offense. with meticulous method. Taking seconds away from the Danes. Diaz. Right down to the final ticks of the shot clock and a turnover. They take plenty of time away, but they don't get anything at the end of it. Bar a little bit closer via the clock to getting their hands on a win. 2.5 minutes still to play is plenty of time, but it would still be a comeback for the ages. They were down 17 points around the midway point of this quarter. A seemingly impossible position from which to try and launch a comeback. Larson, finger roll won't fall, and that is the opportunity blown. A glaring look at the basket, completely free. You can understand fatigue perhaps at this point, but that's got to be a score. And he knows it. Kevin Larson had a couple of tremendous makes right at the start of the game, but he's now only 2 of 8 from the field. He's battled on the boards for 8 rebounds, a team high. But the shots have not fallen, and that was one that absolutely had to. 8 rebounds, a joint game high, along with Oriol Pauli. Denmark at the foul limit now, so great Osobor out the line. He's been the standout young star for Spain. Lots of focus on Izan Almanza. Pedersen has fouled out here. But great Osobor. He's been one of the top couple of performers for Spain. Only behind Pauli in efficiency. Larson foul. That was Spain's last foul to give. Going back to great Osobor, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds and 2 steals in 16 minutes of action. Foul on Cardenas. Jensen. Jensen's 3. The surely not shot will drop. Late fireworks in Farum to celebrate this historic night for Denmark. 18 for Jensen. It's a 9-point game, a 3-possession game. Spain missed, they get it back. 1.5 minutes to play. Really is going to have to be fireworks at the finish. And there's Jensen again, back iron. That would have lit the fire. Osobor, just like a freight train, right to the rack. Plowing through everything in his path, including the contact from Jensen, and converting. And he has arguably now been Spain's best player, the 22-year-old. Spain back up by double figures, and you felt it was an impossible comeback for Denmark. Down 17 midway point of this quarter. You felt even after that it was impossible. Such is the quality of Spain, and such was the time remaining, but now it is a matter of time is running out. They don't have enough of it left. They will leave with plenty of plaudits. Great Osobor leading the way in efficiency for Spain now in his 17 minutes of action. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 offensive boards, 2 steals, 5 of 9 shooting from the field, 2 of 3 at the line. Final minutes, fans will show their appreciation for their team. Denmark will now lose their first ever World Cup qualifier, but they believed until maybe a minute, even less than ago, that they were in this game. It's a young group that has talent, potential, and belief in their own ability. And that will only serve them well in the years to come, maybe even through the rest of this campaign. They have shown absolutely they have the opportunity for at least their first ever World Cup qualifier win. This young group will continue to grow together. Tobias Jensen, the beating heart of it. And Gustav Knudsen, the standouts for Denmark. 4 scorers in double figures. It's a 20-point night for Tobias Jensen, along with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal and a block. It'll feel like a mini victory if they can lose this one by only single figures. 2% flying, shot not on target. Jensen grabs his 6th rebound. It's picked off before it reached Dibba. Spain a chance for the double-digit victory. Blocked off underneath by Erikström, who's been superb as well. 10 points for him. Hanging and batting the ball away, albeit with a foul. So 5.8 to play. Spain at the line with Santi Justa. Let's go through those standouts for Denmark before we talk about the winners. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for Tobias Jensen, the 21-year-old. Gustav Knudsen, the 22-year-old, had 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. And just behind Jensen is the highest player for the host in efficiency. 10 points for Erikström, we've just talked about. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal for Bakary Dibba, who's played more than 36 minutes. Can he finish it with one more score? No. Denmark take the plaudits, but Spain take the win at the start of this World Cup qualifying campaign. They had to work for it right until the last minute and a half, when they seemed out of sight, up by 12 at half-time, up by 17 at the midway point of the 4th. Denmark kept going and really made a grandstand finish of it, but ultimately lose it by 10, 64-74. The other side of the story is that Chus Mateo starts a new Spanish era with a win, and with a number of young talents stepping up for Spain as they move to a new chapter in terms of their playing squad as well. Offensive rebounds were big for them in this one tonight, particularly in the first half. Lots of second chance opportunities that saw them open up that double-digit lead at the main break. Talked about the top scorers for Denmark. Jaime Fernandez, who did most of his damage in the first half, led Spain with 15. Denmark in the second half got close to evening up that second chance points count. It finished 15-11 to Spain, but I believe they were up 15-2 in second chance points at one stage. It was those offensive rebounds in the first half that saw them pull away, and Denmark did everything they could to try and pull them back in. With Spain celebrating at the finish behind the 15 points of Jaime Fernandez, 12 for Great Osobor, who in the second half stole the spotlight. 8 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and 2 steals for him as well. 10 points for Santi Justa, 7 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, a steal and a block for him. And Cardenas did really well in the second half. 6 points, 4 assists, and a steal. A couple of their young players stepping up. The veteran at the peak of his powers in Jaime Fernandez, 15 points in 14 minutes. The majority of which came before the halftime intermission. Looking for the best action from the fourth period, a period that Denmark won. After Spain had edged the first period by 2, dominated the second period to win it by 10. That's where they pulled away, edged the third by 1, and then they looked to pull away even more in the fourth period, extending their advantage to 17, but Denmark finished up taking the final stanza 17-14, really leading with their heads held high. That was the three that seemingly put Spain out of sight, up by 17, midway point of the fourth. Denmark produced this rising rally and got the fans on their feet for the finish. Chus Mateo starts a big new Spanish era with a win. They go 1-0 in qualification for the 2027 World Cup in Qatar. These fans on this historic occasion certainly got their money's worth here in Far Rom tonight. Did not fall to 0-1, so it can be a thorn in the side of some of Europe's biggest basketball nations. It's only the first of 6 games in this qualifying campaign, against arguably the toughest opponent, Denmark. And they lose it by 10, albeit remaining competitive right until the finish. Georgia and Ukraine, the other 2 teams here in Group A. Ukraine have beaten Georgia by 13 tonight on the road. So Ukraine and Spain both with a win. Georgia and Denmark both start with defeat. See that on this graphic. 79-92 the score between Georgia and Ukraine. The point differential sees them ahead of Spain right now. 5 more games to come though in the first stage of this qualifying campaign. In Group A, the top 3 will go to the second stage and carry their win-loss records with them. Martin Long, it's been a pleasure having your company for this one. We'll see you for more World Cup qualifying action shortly. Lots of games ongoing from every corner of the globe. Do join us for those.
Chances